And here we are. We are live. Where are we live today? We are at the Kick on One store. That's right. It never happens, right, chat? There's never a kick drum on beat one. Let's see. And that was requested by StooshBatis. And I'm hearing a slight delay. Hold on, guys. Let me see what that is. Oh, I know what it is. There it is. Why is that happening? You guys probably hear that as well. There it is. There we go. Oh, that is so kind, Skull. Thank you so much. Starting off the show, Skull with a huge donation, a resub from Mr. Robert. Welcome everybody. Yes, we are at the Kick on One store. This is the second show of the Vuvuzealous tour. That was named by ClaraBowBunny. Kick on One store named by StooshBatis. Tonight is this is the first time we've ever had a guest, special guest. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to bring him out in just a moment. His name is Mark Clifford. He's a vibraphonist. That is this beautiful instrument that's right behind me. You guys have heard me talk about vibes. They are my favorite of the mallet instruments. Someday I fantasize about having one of my own. Although I now know how complicated it is to set it up. It's a bit of a trick. It was a two-person project to get it up here. So yes, I just want to say right at the top, some of you guys know I had to cancel Monday's show, and that's because Jiffy was hospitalized, and I don't want to talk about it on this show. But Jiffy is home, taking it easy, and I appreciate everyone's well wishes. But today I really want to focus the show on the music and just what we normally do. So there's my introduction. Let me see who all's here. Looks like a lot of people are here already. I'm going to say hi to a few folks I see in my chat. I see Awagra's here, Wanina's here, Franbox, Cubit, ClaraBowBunny. Who else? Devil's Nest, Kimberly, Azzazelynn, Pacific Ren, Mr. Robert, Ninja Fleas, Nifty Guy 1, Azzazelynn. Welcome everybody. If I not say your name, I just don't see it yet. But welcome everybody. Oh, and a donation from Real Human Being. Thank you. Oh, Sync is here. A Real Edgy Bean is here. Sam MCH27 is here. Welcome everybody. So this is let's get to the music pretty quick. As you guys know, anyone who's not watched before, let me do my little spiel. This show is all improvised. I have nothing planned in advance, which means you guys in chat have a huge impact on what happens. You guys choose the starting speed of the track, the starting key. You guys choose the keyboard sounds I use. I turn your usernames to do drum loops and drum fills. You guys name our songs, name our venues, name our tours. You submit AKAs, although I guess I didn't do any today, did I? You submit polls and you teach our bot Tubi how to talk. It is a full-on collaboration. Let's see. Let's get this started. Oh, I wonder if this will work. So per usual, I had this idea over the weekend. It's like I'm gonna change the code, a whole bunch of code, and I did, and it was for good reasons. But as you guys know, there's often unforeseen consequences, so keep your fingers crossed. Let's see if we have any background music to get us. Let's see if this will work. I didn't test this before the show. Let's find out. Oh, there is some music. Oh, good. There we go. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, I see. There's a host from Dom. Thank you, Dom, for that host. Were there any other things I missed? Oh, yes. Look at that. We got a resub from Where's Hats. 5 months. We got a resub from Mr. Robert. 5 months. From Madden 13. 5 months. And Lost Elf. 5 months. Awesome. Thank you for all those resubs. Is there anything else I need to do at the start? Oh, and I didn't see this from Lost Elf, a huge donation. She writes, donation to help with Jiffy's vet bills. I know this is a difficult time, so just wanted to show support and help it as much as possible. Hugs and good vibes from Lost Elf. Thank you, Lost Elf. And Skull, a huge donation for emergency Jiffy support. Much love to both you guys. Cheers, mate, a donation from a real human being on a cheer from Nifty Guy 1. Thank you. Thank you for all those. Thank you so much. What a nice way to start off the show. Okay, let's see. Got a few little technical things, and then we're going to bring out our guests in just a moment. This music is sort of tense, isn't it? This particular background music. It's a little dramatic. I think we're going to skip to the next track. Okay, there we go. So I think we got our requests loaded, so I think we can look at them on screen. Let's bring them up. Oh yes, first we're going to initialize, import these track names, generate our drum fills. There we go, we got our drum fills. Okay, let's check out our requests. Oh, we skipped our requests, that's interesting. So like I said, I've changed a few things, so the show might work a little differently than normal. But we got some milestones on this track, let's check them out. This track we're about to do will feature the first BPM request ever from Lenina, the first key request from MercerSkye, the first drum fill from Devil's Nest Kimbley. Congrats on those milestones. And this track will feature Almost Life's 10th drum loop. Awesome. Congrats on those milestones. Yeah, that's weird. We're skipping this. My checklist is skipping a bunch of things it's not supposed to. So I'm making these drum moves quick. We got our drum loops first before milestones. I'm not sure why that skipped. Oh, that's why we didn't skip it. What am I saying? We're good. We're good. Okay, our drum kit on this next track, it's the electronic dub kit. This is requested by Lost Elf. Thank you again, Lost Elf, for that donation. The electronic dub kit, let's see. There it is. Okay, so our first beat comes from Mr. Robert. Let's check it out. From Mr. Robert, raw from our drum generator. Here it is. Yeah. Intense. That beat. Let's see. We're going to do just a couple things to it. Let's see, let's just give a little dynamics to those hi-hats. And I think, considering tonight's venue is the Kick on One store, we should have a Kick on One, but we don't need one. Forget that, no Kick on One. We don't need a Kick on One. And I'm digging it. I don't think I need to add any notes. I'm digging it how it is. Here it is. Here's Mr. Roberts' beat. Sweet. Thank you, Mr. Robert, for that beat. Let's check out Almost Life's beat. Here's Almost Life, raw from our drum generator. Man, the drum generator doesn't need much help today. We're going to keep that pretty raw too. Let's see, all we're going to do is do a little bit of volume work. You know what? Put an open hat on one. Here's the beat. Here's Almost Life's beat. Yeah. That feels good. Thank you, Almost Life and Mr. Robert, for your beats. It is time to check out the sounds you guys have requested. Let's see. We have from Mumblepug, it's the full organ, pipe organ. And then from Lost Elf, we have Lost Elf's signature sound, Lost Elf's bells. From Madden, we have the classical male ensemble. And then we have from Devil's Nest Kimberly, acoustic guitar. And then, oh, another acoustic from Ninja Fleas. We got acoustic harp. And then there it is from Azzazelynn. It's Azzazelyn's signature sound. Azzazelyn's Smart Girl. Okay, I think we got our sounds. So that means we can, you guys get to choose which sound starts the improvisation. And there we go. It's taking just a second for that to load up. So we could start this improvisation with one of those drum loops from Mr. Robert or Almost Life, or our full organ from Mumblepug, our Lost Elf's bells, classical male ensemble, acoustic guitar, acoustic harp, or Azzazelyn's Smart Girl. Okay. Give you guys a moment to vote. we just got a big donation from on the Kick On One store, and the Kick On One store says, "No kick in on this track. We have processed your refund." That's a donation from the Kick On One store. Although technically it was spelled Kick On Obe store, OBE store. Well, thank you for that donation. The Obe store, the Kick On Obe store. Who is Obe? Why is Obe getting kicked? Okay, give you guys just a moment more. Let's see here. Do we have our... Oh yes, and I have something I have to remember to do before this song starts. Okay, you guys had enough time. I'm into voting. What is chat chosen? There it is. Lost Elf Spells. Chat has chosen Lost Elf Spells. So we're starting with Lost Elf Spells. Let's see. Let me just fix one thing. There, that works now. Okay. We switched to camera 3 for a second. Okay, now is time to introduce our special guest. I'm going to bring him up. We've got This is Mark Clifford right here on Vibes. And Mark Clifford it plays all sorts of music. It plays free improvisation, which is an incredibly expressive kind of improvisation. It's a lot less structured than what we do on the show. It's something I love doing. And all those calps you see on screen,
yeah.
That's how chat claps.
Oh, thank you.
So he's played new music, which is new music usually refers to is related to classical music. Some of you might be like, "What is new music? Isn't all music new?" But new music, special kind of music. He's played jazz. He's played rock. The way I discovered him is I found a record he did called the Dirty Snacks Ensemble, and I loved it. And if you guys type the guest command, you'll get a link to that album. I definitely recommend checking it out, buying it. It's on Bandcamp. Really cool record. So yeah, this is Mark Clifford. We literally met for the first time about an hour and a half ago. We haven't played music yet. We just tested that the sound is going through, and we didn't have much time for a sound check. So weird things may happen. So it's all on me. If anything weird happens, it's all my fault for not preparing correctly. But this will be really. We're both improvisers, and that's one of the amazing things about doing improvisation, is that we both know that whatever happens, we'll figure out something that's going to work. Whatever happens is what was meant to happen, and there's something really freeing, and that's why I think for both of us, we can just meet like this and take a risk, because whatever happens will be an experience. So, on that note. We're gonna talk with Mark after in between songs, but we're gonna jump into the music right away. So let's do it. I'm gonna before songs and after songs, I'm going to be off screen a little longer than I normally am because I have to do a few more things that I normally have to do. So I'll be back in a moment. Let's see, just 1 second. Oh, and first, a 5-month resale from Ninja Fleas. Thank you, Ninja Fleas. Okay, let's see. We got... I'm getting so many interruptions. We got a donation from Obi-Wan Kick Nobi and a cheer from Ducker. Thank you for those. Okay, we're almost there. Just a couple things. Fading out. Okay, we will be back playing some music in just a second. See, it's doing one little thing different and it messes me up. Yeah, so basically, so what happened, I'm sure you're very curious why you couldn't hear me. Well, you guys don't care. Let's just say this is a lot louder than I thought it was, and so I had to mute a mic, this mic, and I forgot to unmute it when the song ended. Anyway, we're back. And what we were saying was the first time we've ever played together. Anyway, let's see. We got some titles. We had. Yeah, I very much appreciate Mark being our guinea pig here. So the first time ever having a guest, which we had very little time to do our sound check. So it's going remarkably well from a technical point of view. Thank you, Anina. Let's see. So one of my programs, of course, crashed during that, so we're just going to try to bring that back. Meanwhile, yeah, I'm getting all these urgent messages. You're muted, kid. You're muted. Let's see. Let's try this. This was a new feature we introduced last week. Let's see if it actually works. Wait just 1 second, and then we'll look at these titles. Shunger says, I like guinea pigs.
Well, thank you.
Let's see. Let's see if we can listen back to that as we're doing our titles. And maybe if you want, you can help me choose some titles.
Oh, word. Yeah.
Yeah, you can probably just come around. I would just take your headphones off because you won't be anything to hear anyway. Let me see if we can get our background music going. From what we just recorded. Oh man, Mark unfortunately can't hear this. I'm just listening. We put background music of the song we just did. As we're, but it sounds. Isn't a vibe? Isn't it a beautiful addition having the vibes? Okay, so let's choose some titles.
Where did they come in?
So how many titles you guys come up with? 100 titles. So if you see any, maybe just you could tell me which one.
Okay.
Let's see. We'll do from Lost Elf, Dominoes Dancing. Let's see what else.
Like warp drive construction.
From Devil's Nest Kimberly, Warp Drive Construction. from Dom, Vibrations of Good.
Oh, okay. I love the wordplay, man.
Let's see. From Sync, we got Collapse of Eternity. And one last title. Why do you choose whatever? We'll let Mark choose the last one.
Wrigley's in at the end of the universe.
Okay, from Melodious Thunkfeet, Wrigley's in at the end of the universe. Okay, we got our 5 titles. That means you guys start voting. Dominoes Dancing, Warp Drive Construction, Vibrations of Good, The Collapse of Eternity, and Wrigley's in at the end of the universe. Now let me just shout out a few that I missed. Let's see, A Tale of Two Brains from Azzazelynn. The Downfall of Camera 3, followed by The Rise of Camera 4. This is the first show with the 4th camera.
Oh, wow.
And those were from A Real Edgy Bean, Quiet Silence from Azzazelynn, Mysterious Shadow from Ducker, The Overcast Window, Almost Life, Hay Bales in Space from Cogzerk, Indigo Breeze, ClaraBowBunny. Okay, there are too many good ones today. They're awesome.
Vibraphone Home.
Vibraphone Home from Where's Hats. Where's Hats with the amazing puns as always. Okay, let's see. Give you guys a moment more. A moment more to vote. Okay, you guys had enough time. Let's see what you've chosen. And Chad has chosen. It's a tie. A tie between The Collapse of Eternity and Wrigley's in at the end of the universe. That means we need to do a tiebreaker. Let's see what the Greeks decide. And the Greeks have voted. Erebus has chosen The Collapse of Eternity. That is Sync's title. That track now known as The Collapse of Eternity. Awesome. Thank you guys. Let's see. Oh, I should take song notes. What did I do? I just did voice. And I got to remember to add Mark into all these. Vibes. Oops, I already did that. Okay. Let's fade out our background music. Close that out. And let's, I think what we'll try to do is, I got background music a little loud. It's good to know. Background music's a bit loud. Okay. We got a resub from Judge. Thanks for that resub, Judge. Oh man, and a huge donation from Where's Hats. That's right. My streaming anniversary was yesterday. 1 year of streaming, and Where's Hats has been there through so much of it.
Oh wow.
And a cheer from Megas, some for Kid and some for the Collab. Welcome to the team. Thank you, Megas.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay, let's see. Let's go full screen for a second. So we're gonna, like I said, we just met. So I don't know much about this guy. Nice to meet you. We have shaken hands once before.
Yes. We already got that out of the way, though. So.
Well, yeah, I had some questions. I guess my first question is, when did you pick up this heavy instrument? When did you start playing it?
Around 8th grade, and then I think I became a bit more serious about it around 10th grade. So, at that was through by way of classical percussion, and then I became interested in marimba. So I was doing a lot of formal marimba lit earlier on in high school, and then I went to a school where there are plenty of opportunities to work in like after school programs and things like this out in Denver, and I became involved in like the high school jazz community out there, and I played drums. I studied jazz drumming, but there was a gentleman who became my best friend named Colin Stranahan, and you can check him out, see what he's up to. But he was just such an amazing player, and he was the first one to recommend. He's like, well, why don't we start playing together? You know, we hang out all the time. Why don't you start working on some jazz standards on vibes? And then we used that as a way to still be making music together, not just drums and drums, though. And he really helped me out. And then a lot of kids were interested in improvisation in all different forms around that time as well. So I started getting into free improvisation and also just songs, songwriting, and a lot of different types of composition all around then.
What do you think about the vibes sort of appealed to you from an expressive point of view? Like, why the vibraphone? Why didn't you decide I'm gonna play guitar? I'm gonna play. What is it you think about it that sort of speaks to you?
Well, I mean, I grew up with a piano in the house, and I'd play a piano a lot, but technically, I wasn't able to be as expressive as I would have liked to be on the piano. I didn't have regimented training on that, so I just used it more or less to suss out different theory things and different songs. I transcribed some songs I liked. And then the drums, I enjoyed those, but I didn't feel entirely comfortable as a performer behind a drum set. There was just something, there was like some sort of mental block. And so the marimba felt great. And I would perform a ton on marimba, but the vibraphone, just basically you combine a drum kit and a piano, and it's a gorgeous sound that really appealed to me. And then I think I just latched onto that. And then I started hearing bands use it in outside of a jazz context, like maybe 11th grade or something, like bands like Stereolab or Tortoise, and that really opened up my ears to different possibilities with that particular instrument. So I think I was pretty excited about it from right around there, but just because of the meshing of those worlds.
Everyone should check out Mark, first of all. Check out Mark's record. But if you guys are interested in hearing some more vibraphone players, who are a few folks that they should check out?
Oh, man. Well,
so maybe your top three.
Okay. Bobby Hutcherson. He's a classic Blue Note jazz recording artist, Blue Note CTI. He's an amazing vibraphonist and musician. There's someone who's current right now named Matt Moran, and I absolutely love his playing. And he's a mentor to me. He's been very nice about me bugging him with emails all the time and asking him questions about mallets. And being a geek from early on, he's been super receptive, and he hangs out with me anytime I'm in his neck of the woods. And then I'd say it's tough. You kind of got to go back to Milt Jackson, even though I don't listen to him as much now or consider him a direct influence. There's other people who are more formative for me, but like just what he did with the vibraphone and how much he opened it up, the path for everyone else who came after him. But yeah, Bobby, Matt Moran, and Milt.
Cool. Let's and look at that. Dom is pasting some links to the folks that Mark mentioned.
Thank you.
So we're gonna start getting ready for another track.
Oh, you said current. Did you say specifically current to me?
Oh no. Just anyone that you guys can check out, living or dead.
They're saying the link isn't current. I got it. Oh, right on.
Yeah, it's sometimes confusing.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, we'll start getting prepped for the next track then.
Right on. Thank you.
So as Mark will probably verify for you guys, it's pretty hot in here. I wasn't lying to you guys when I tell you guys it gets hot. Okay, let's see. What are we doing here? Well, let's start getting ready for our next track. I think we got lots of requests. And we got a resub from Cool Reason. Thank you for that resub. Oh, and where's hats? Was that? Let's see. Someone's about a link for Mark. Yeah, if you guys run the guest command, you'll get Mark's a link to one of Mark's records. Okay, let's see. Oh, hey, Dusty Huffman's here saying, sweat it out, it's good for you.
Yeah.
Let's see, we have a couple say my names. For Real Human Being is now a Real Vanilla Bean. And Camera 3 apparently now is known as Master of Camera 1, 2, and 4. So they can have me call them different names. That's what just happened.
Right on. Which camera is which? Can I just
Oh,
ask?
so Mark is asking which camera is which. That is camera 1.
Camera 1?
So camera 1 is the most reliable. Camera 2 is this camera.
Oh, okay.
And then camera 3 is this camera that is often a little
Seems
a little.
Oh, okay, cool. Right on. That's awesome.
There it goes. And then the new camera 4, there it is. I should say that camera 4 is not really going to be regularly in use. It is. I'm using it specially for this show so we can have a glamour shot of Mark, because on this main shot he's very far in the background. So I want to have a shot where he was front and center. Let's see. Okay. Let's start getting ready for our next track. There we go. So I recently, over the weekend, one of the things I changed is how I'm working with Tubi to bring in requests, which I should not have done before we try something different. But such is life. And that screen's probably stuck. There we go. So let's see. Let's get in these requests. We got a first-time drum loop ever coming up. First time BPM for somebody. And it's strange. No mode request. Is that possible, or is my program messed up? It's possible, I suppose. Real Human Being, Real Vanilla Beans asking if we ever named the fan. Not yet. Look at that. We got a custom text drum fill from protosynk, Purple Pea Plea Eater. Is that what it is? Let's see, what else? A bot fill from our bot Tubi. Get these in. There we go. Do we have everything? That looks good. We got all our requests. Okay. Now let's do we have any polls? Yeah, we've been doing these abstract things lately. Let's do one of these. Okay. This is one of those polls. This comes from our mod Dom. And Dom wants to know. Dom wants to know, you are standing on the North Pole. Which direction do you go? Option 1, south. Option 2, south. Option 3, south. All the way down to option 8. But let's see which of those 8 souths you guys choose. Meanwhile, let me get the remaining of this stuff ready to go. Oh, I see. You know what? The poll's going to be real short now, the way I've changed things. So I don't need too much time, so I'm going to give you guys about 10 more seconds. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Ginger. Yes. Can you guys believe it? I've been doing this for a year.
That's amazing.
We're almost at 200 shows. Okay, you guys had enough time. I'm ending the poll. What has chat chosen? Of the 8 souths you could have gone, chat has chosen the 8th one. Chat will go south. There it is. Thank you, Tom, for that poll. Okay, our request for this next track decimal BPM. That's how accurate this show is. 105.19 beats per minute. That was requested by 13th Nile. We're starting in A major at least. That comes from Qubit. And we have drum loops from Devil's Nest Kimbley and Sam MCH27. Meanwhile, let me see. Let me get these zeroed out. I see Dom has now submitted a poll. You are standing on the South Pole. Which direction do you go?
Just hang out there.
Okay. Let's see. Our sounds are loading up. And we should be getting close. Yeah, I know, guys, I'm a little askew. I'm not quite centered today. I'll have to solve that for the future. Let's see. So we can initialize now, import our track names, generate our drum fills. And that's good for now. So we got some milestones on this track. Let's check them out. This track will feature the first drum loop ever for Devil's Nest Kimbley, 13th Nile's first BPM, and Fang Burlap's first drum fill. Congrats on those milestones. This track will feature, look at that, it's a big one, Frambox's 150th song. That's right, 150th song for Frambox. That's a big one. Congrats, Frambox, that milestone. And this track features Triple P's 25th request to use and Nikito 97's 5th request. Yes, congrats to everyone for your milestones on this upcoming track. Let's see. Our drum kit on this next track is the Broken Beat kit. Let's check it out. Here it is. Is that, in fact, that does not sound like the Broken Beat kit, is it? It is. That's an acoustic kit. I thought it was an electric kit. Cool. I'm digging it. Let me just make sure. Yeah, that's... You guys, it's so funny. We got a maroon a vibraphone is here, and you guys are requesting some bell sounds. Let's see. So we got our kit. Let's make these drum loops. Let's make some drum loops. There we go. Okay, first up from our drum generator, we've got Sam MCH27. Let's check him out raw from the generator. Wait, Devil's Nest Kimbley's first up. We got to do that one first. Okay, here's Devil's Nest Kimbley, raw from our generator. Man, intense with those snares at the beginning.
Yeah.
As in some intensity there. Let's see. I think we're gonna sort of crescendo those snares into beat 2, so they're a little less intense up top. And these two snares we're gonna ghost a bit. I know, chat, you guys probably want this beat totally raw, but I think it might be a little too intense for the heat we are experiencing at the moment. And I'm going to just shake my hats like I like to do. Do I want to kick on 1? That'd be funny if we had almost no kicks on 1 today. Yeah, let's do kick on 1. Let's do it. Okay, here's Devil's Nest Kimbley's beat. Yeah, I'm digging it. You know what? I think my favorite part of that beat is we have kicks on 1, 3, and 4. And so we expect to kick on beat 2, but that kick on beat 2 is on right after beat 2. So it has this cool little syncopation, unexpected syncopation. Thank you, Devil's Nest Kimbley, for your beat. Let's check out Sam MCH27 raw from our generator. Here it is. Cool. That is a pretty syncopated beat right there. I dig it. Let's see. What are we going to do? I think... Are we going to honor all that silence? You know, I think we want a snare on 4. I think we're going to put a snare on 4. And ghost those 2 snares. But we'll honor that silence. It'll make things tricky for us, but give us some syncopation in here. Yeah, we'll honor it. Here's Sam's beat. Yeah. Sweet. Thank you, Sam. MCH27. Thank you, Devil's Nest Kimberly, for your beats. Let's check out the sounds you guys have requested. First up, from Vivid Gumbo, we have the Airbase synth. Oh, and I just saw a donation from Dom. Dom says, thanks again for streaming. Happy 1 year on Twitch. Thank you, Dom. Thank you so much. Let's see. Our sounds, we got Airbase synth. That's from Vivid Gumbo. From Ducker. This is Ducker's favorite request, the classic marimba. Do you have a marimba too?
Early on, I had a marimba, but after things started shifting, I basically traded that straight up for a vibraphone.
I don't know if you guys heard that, but Mark said he had one at one point, but he traded it up for a vibraphone. And then from Cool Blue Reason, we got Cool Blue Bells. From Flavs, we have Candlelight RNDM. I assume that means random. Ooh. That's interesting. And then from Frambox, we got Classic Techno 01.
It's a hot one.
Yeah. I might have just deafened Mark. And then lastly, from Best Friend Schoninger, we have Fifth Square Velo, and it looks like the first time it's ever been used. Okay, those are your sound options. Let's see. We have, you guys, we can start with one of those drum loops, or, and it should appear any moment, our poll. There it goes. Airbase synth. Our marimba. Our Cool Blue Bells. Candlelight Random. Classic Techno. Or Fifth Square Velo. So I'll let you guys vote. Let's do a title challenge on this one. Title challenge. What's one we haven't done in a while? Yeah, I always like doing this one. So this is the title challenge. I'm going to be looking for titles that are questions. Titles that are questions. Oh, we got a resub from B, 5 months in a row. Thank you, B, for the resub. Let's give you guys just a moment more. Okay. Okay, you guys had enough time. I'm ending voting. What has chat chosen? And we are going to start with classic techno. Classic techno. Okay. And this was requested by Frambox. Awesome. Let's see. So for anyone who's just joined, I'll go full screen for a second. I think Power Peasants was asking, how did the collab come together? The collaboration came together because I stumbled onto a record he did called the Dirty Snacks Ensemble, and I loved it. And I reached out to him. I said, "You want to play in the show?" And we met for the first time just before the show. The first time we ever played together was what you guys saw. We didn't even have time to do a test song. I was intending to do a test song, but we didn't have time to.
It's best that way.
Yeah, as Mark said, it's best that way. Let's see. Okay, we are going to. So as I said before, I got to do a few more things than normal in between songs, but we are about to etceterate. So we'll be right back in just a moment in etceteration mode. Here we go. I muted myself. I'm back. I nearly forgot. Oh, man. Thanks for all those calps. Yeah. What an inopportune time for the program to crash. I thought we couldn't end there. We had to go back to it. Oh, and a huge donation from Pacific Ren. Thank you so much, Pacific Ren. And Enigma writes, epic track. Was it Mark? Mark was sick on there. See, this is what's so cool about improv is that, like, you can tell this guy has an amazing ear, because I'm playing something and he takes what I'm playing and he just magnifies it, right? Because I was doing this little lick on the flute and he heard it and he joined in. And that's what's so fun about playing with somebody else is you get to have these conversations with each other. When I'm here by myself, right? The reason I came up with the idea for this show is that your requests are sort of the conversation, right? Yeah. But you guys get to see it in a whole different way when there's someone in the room with me. Oh yeah, Enigma says Mark was epic. We got Mark is amazing.
Oh, thank you all so much, man. Very too kind.
So right there, Diva writes Mark equals, and then so there's a big thing on Twitch or emotes. That's called a Craigasm. Is that how you say it? It's a gasm face, so it's a good thing.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, man.
Let's see if we can play this in the background while we do our titles. Yeah, it's just so you guys know all day I had my doors open just trying to get all this cool air in for Mark. But I think when you get two of us in the room, I don't know if I want to tell Mark how hot it is, but just so you guys appreciate, like, Mark is making a huge sacrifice being here. It is at least 88 degrees in here right now. And there's, as you guys know, no airflow whatsoever.
But
so Mark is being a great sport.
It's like the steam room experience for improvising. It's good because it'll help you clarify your thinking.
Tight, yeah. Yeah, Mark, I think it's probably a little hard for you guys to hear, Mark, but he said it's like the steam room for improvising. It clarifies. Okay, let's look at these titles. Oh wait, we can put this in the background, I think. Oh wait. I gotta do this first. There we go. I hope you guys can hear. I'm not make it too loud. Okay, title time. You want to help me pick a couple?
Yes.
So, I guess some people have a little hard hearing you talk, so just talk a little louder.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Let's see. And so we're doing question titles.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Look at that one. Can we have Mark over all the time? Okay, let's see. From Vivid Gumbo, we have Are We in the City? And
what have you written lately?
From 13th Nile, what have you written lately?
I like this.
What have you done for me lately, kid? From Enigma, what's on the other side?
So how should I presume?
From Dom, we got So How Should I Presume? And one last one. Let's see. See if I missed any up top.
Some good sci-fi titles. See? Oh man.
From Madden. From Madden, we have Are You There? Are you there? These are your title options. Oops, there we go. Are we in the city? What have you written lately? What's on the other side? So how should I presume? Are you there? Let me shout out a few more that I've missed while you guys vote. From Cupid, how would you like your steak? Remember? From Bobby Do pilots take crash courses?
Oh man.
From Best Friend
That's
Sean.
good. That's good.
Dancing zebras make noises? Question mark. from Diva. So someone says, has anyone seen Card 3? Yes. So camera 4 is a work in progress. It's not like the other 3 cameras, and apparently it runs out of space extremely quickly. So I was bummed because I wanted some glamour shots of Mark during that awesome track, but that's why I ended up just switching to camera 1 just to keep it on both of us. Let's see, we'll do a couple more. Let's see. From Where's Hats, did we honor too much silence? I'm assuming that happens when the song crashed. So
I saw one that said, was this meant to happen?
Was this meant to happen? It was intentional, guys. And then from Cupid, not a question, but apt for this track, Unstoppable. Yes, we were stopped. We came back with a vengeance. And Cupid also said, why would you let a little hiccup let you down? Okay, thanks you for those titles. Let's end the voting. What you guys chose? What's on the Other Side from Enigma? There it is. Thank you everyone for your suggestions. That track, courtesy Masked Enigma. What's on the Other Side? Let's see. So, what did I do on this? I did some flute. And Mark's on there. Gotta figure out how I'm gonna handle guests. Okay, we're gonna end this poll. What has chat chosen? Whoops. We already ended the poll. Right? Right, chat? That's me not thinking. Did I mess anything up by trying to end the poll twice? No. Okay. Okay, let's fade this out. Oh, I wonder if that's the issue. Anyway, oh my gosh, you guys are incredibly generous today. Look at this. Mr. Roberts says, all I can say is, wow, that was awesome. Thanks, Kid and Mark. Dove says, another 5 Mark, great playing, sir. StooshBatis, bunch of cheers. Megas says, this is such a great treat. Loving the show. Thank you, Megas.
Yeah, thank you all. This is very, very fun. It's an honor to be a part of it. So thank you all for listening.
Let's see. So let's talk to Mark just a little bit more, and then we'll do another track.
Cool.
This is like 6. Let's go full screen. And if you guys have any questions for Mark, you can run the ask command, and in theory, I should eventually see the question if you run the ask command. So in addition to being an improviser, Mark is a composer, and you guys have heard me talk about how for me those are very different things, but that's not necessarily true for everyone. So I'm curious for you, how do you view those two different experiences? Are they the same thing for you? Are they fundamentally different? Do they work together? How do you view those two different activities?
Well, I will say a lot of pieces that I've written have come out of improvisations that I've formalized over time, or that I've just sat with, especially pieces for solo vibraphone. Oftentimes those started as improvisations where maybe I was practicing, just trying to deal with a rhythmic technique or something, just trying to work on technique. Then it would eventually become a piece in and of itself. But when I'm writing for ensemble, like with the Dirty Snacks ensemble, that's not usually the case. Like usually I'll have an idea or some limitations in mind, or something that I'm just trying to see through, and I'll write from there. And most of what I've written for the Dirty Snacks ensemble has been written at the piano as opposed to vibraphone.
Okay.
So different processes, and just recently I'm working in different programs, not Sibelius, which is a notation program where it's just kind of linear. You just write a score. I'm trying to work in different ways of notating to give people more expressive capabilities, because like I don't want them to just be reading notes the entire time. Everyone who I work with are all incredible players and writers in their own right, so I want to let them do their thing too.
Yeah, I'm sure most of you guys have seen standard notation where it's just written across a page. But where there's been sort of the most adventurous use of, for what Mark is talking about, is in new music, new classical music, and sometimes I've seen some jazz musicians do it, but especially in experimental new music. And some of this stuff, I'm not sure what you Google to see it, but these scores, graphic scores, some of these are beautiful works of art.
Yeah.
And they basically, it's almost like a drawing. They're sort of trying to elicit, evoke sound images rather than telling the musician exactly what to do. And I highly recommend just seeing some of these, just looking at them, because they're really amazing.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think I saw a question there.
Finlandia. Let's say shout out to Finlandia. That's funny. It's a great piece.
MercerSkye says, how much of a struggle has been making a living as an artist?
Oh, yeah. It's easy. No struggle at all. No, you got to piece everything together. Like I teach a ton of piano students. I play a lot. I put out what I can. But, when do you even start considering yourself an artist? Like, I struggled with this for a long time. Like, oh, man, I'm not an artist. And you compare yourself to everyone else. That's not, just try to keep working on what you are excited about as an artist and work very hard. Just the only rule is work. That's like there was a sheet that my percussion teacher gave me. It was like 10 pieces of advice for beginning students or something like that from John Cage, the composer. And the first one, I believe, or no, it wasn't the first, but anyway, one of the rules that always sticks with me is the only rule is work. And try not to invest in the stories that your brain will tell you about yourself when not everything is going swimmingly. Like, just don't worry about it. Don't create and analyze at the same time, And I'm still putting together whether or not, to call yourself an artist or something. That's hard. It's hard. So just practice and make.
I think I've talked sometimes on the show about one thing I don't like is when you hear musicians or artists make it sound like what they do is easy, because I don't think that's honest. It doesn't matter who it is.
So much work.
They might present and want to show everyone as if it's easy, but if they're really trying to do something different, if they're trying to challenge themselves, then it's hard. Doesn't matter who it is. And rather than that scaring you as a musician, that's part of it. That's exciting, right? That is leaping in, like what we're doing today, right? We had no idea what's going to happen,
yeah.
But that stimulates us. If he and I had played 1,000,000 times together, right, we still hopefully would have done something cool, but it would have been a different experience for us, right? There's something about that uncertainty, and that's what, as musicians and artists, you're throwing yourself into uncertainty and trying to find something, trying to make sense out of it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, anyone who's just joining in, please check out Mark's record, and buy it. Buy it record. It's an awesome record. You guys hear way too much electronic sounds in this show, so check out his, because it's just beautiful. So much beautiful acoustic music on that record.
Thank you, man.
Oh, and I thank you for pasting that link in, Dom. Okay, let's start getting ready for another one.
Let's do it, man. All right.
And when you're, I generally go a while. If you get tired, and just let me know if it's just too much, and we'll, like, if the heat gets you or anything.
Oh, no, you're good.
You're good. Okay.
Might need to grab a little water from
Yeah.
there, so I think I ran out. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and I see there was a resub from ACS, a couple streams. Thank you so much, Couple Streams, for the resub. I'm not sure if they're still here, but a Couple Streams has been an extraordinary supporter of this channel. And I've said before, I would not still be streaming if it hadn't been for a Couple Streams sharing so many of their viewers with us and helping us grow. So thank you to Couple Streams. Oh, and I see that somebody did a Bandcamp pre-order. That's awesome. Thank you. I don't know who it is. I'm not. Bandcamp doesn't tell me, but thank you. Okay, let's start getting ready for this next track. Oh, and I see there are a bunch of questions, so we'll get to those next time. And I'm going to take some water, help. Start getting ready for this next one. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Let's start getting these requests. There we go. Okay. So, let's get that up while we bring in our drum loops. Oops. So this is the 187th show. Is that possible? This is crazy. Okay, there we go. Get these custom text drum loops and drum fills in. These should be good. Yeah, we look good. Okay. So, our requests on this next track, we have, in a second, there they go. And we have, in theory, come on, Tubi, you're taking forever. Here we go. E flat minor from Enigma. It's still going. Well, I'll just say it while we wait. 78.1 beats a minute from Stoic. Drum loops from Seebeck Music and Diva. And can we get these going? I guess our requests are not happening on screen. Oh well. Oh well.
Did you say B flat?
E flat minor.
E flat, okay.
Yeah, E flat
Great.
minor. Okay, our sounds are getting loaded up. Initialize, import our track names. Make our drum fills. Oh, uh-oh. Okay, so how are we going to address that? Oh man. Okay, we have a little technical issue. Let me try to figure out how we're going to deal with this. I should have caught that. We have a drum fill that the drum generator does not like. So I'm going to try to get a replacement. So I'm going to have to run this script again. Let's just... Okay. Sorry, chat. I'm going to fill this up once more. Let's see if this is going to work. Oh, actually, that should solve it. Just going to remove that. Okay. Okay, all right. We got some milestones on this track. Oh, there's our request. Our milestones on this track coming up. This is going to be Triple P's first drum kit ever, Sam MCH27's first drum fill. This track will feature Triple P's 25th song, Nikito 97's 5th song, and a huge one for Brukos. This is Brukos' 350th track.
Oh, man. That's awesome.
Brukos been featured on 350 songs in this show. And then this track will also feature Stoic's 5th BPM and 13th Niles' 10th drum fill. Congrats on those milestones. Let's see, our drum kit on this track is going to be the East Bay Kit. That's what we are, guys.
There you go.
Let's see, so now that we have our kit, let's make our drum loops. Okay, we got our beats. Okay, let's check them out. Here we go. So, from Seebeck Music, our friend Seebeck. Seebeck has been such an awesome supporter of this channel. Seebeck kept me company when we had almost nobody watching. Here's Seebeck raw from our generator. Yeah, sweet. I dig it. Don't need to do too much. I think I just want to de-emphasize a few notes, just a little bit. And that should be good. Here it is, Seebeck's beat. This is all about the kick drum, this one. Sweet, thank you, Seebeck, for your beat. And next up we have Diva. Here's Diva raw from our generator. Another kick heavy beat. Cool. Let's see. We are going to put, I want to put a hi-hat on beat 1 in this case. And shape these just a bit. That's it. Here it is. Here's Diva's beat. Nice. Thank you, Diva. Thank you, Seebeck. We have our beats. Let's check out these sounds you guys have requested. First up, from Fang Burlap, we have Bass Bleep. From Melodious Songfi, we have Bigger Clav. Oh, it's okay, MercerSkye. Bigger Clav, Melodious Songfi. There it is. From Dom, it's a signature sound. Dombro chords. Look at me, I forgot to zero out. Let me do that first. Here's Dombro chords.
Nice.
This is one of the most. You guys can't see it. Mark is clapping back there. Mark loves it. This sound has been used perhaps more than any other sound.
Really?
It's been used on 84 tracks, and there's like almost 2,000 sounds. So most sounds have only been used a handful of times. That is Dom's signature sound. From Nikito 97, we have Energy Stabs. And then from Where's Hats, we have Clockwork Ballerina. From Vivid Gumbo, it's Aqua Enchant. Okay, we got our sounds. Cool Breezin says, how many times? I don't remember Cool Breezin. Next time you request it, check on it. It shows it on the screen. But cool, your Cool Bells is up there too. Okay, let's see. You guys choose which sound starts the improv. Dom says Strawberry Letter number 23.
Yeah.
How many in
Shuggy
chat know
Otis.
that track? Yeah, Shuggy Otis. I'll tell you guys, you know where I first heard that though? Not Shuggy Otis. Brothers Johnson did a cover of it.
Did you see it in the Tarantino flick?
No, in high school, they were one of my bands. Brothers Johnson. See, there he's got it. Hear that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's see. So we can start one of the drum loops. Bass bleep. Bigger clav. Our dombro chords. Energy stabs. Clockwork Ballerina. Aqua Enchant. Oh, and look at this. I see that Ninja Fleas just subscribed on Bandcamp. Thank you for that sub, Ninja Fleas. Nice. Thank you so much. So for anyone who doesn't know about Bandcamp, if you sub on Bandcamp, you get all the music that I release every month, and it's a lot. It's about 12 to 14 albums a month, around 50 songs. Let's see. Okay, so give you guys just a moment more to vote here. Okay, I'm ending the poll. What has chat chosen? Let's see. And it's Energy Stabs. Energy Stabs. That is a quirky sound. That'll be fun. That's from Nikito 97. Okay, so I'm going to go off. I want to try to fix camera 4 so we get camera 4 on this next track. So I will be off screen a little longer, but don't worry, I'll be back. So hold tight. About to do number 3rd Etcetera of the day. Here we go. And we're back. We are back. Man, just beautiful vibes in there. Beautiful vibraphones and beautiful vibes on a funky, funky track.
Yeah.
We're both heating up. Let's see. Oops, I forgot to end the song. I have to press a button telling our bot when the song is ended. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Enigma. Thanks for all those kelps. Let's see. Title time. Oh, and a cheer from Frambox. Frambox writes, "Happy Twitch anniversary. Also amazing song, both of you." There it is. Kriegasm.
Thank you.
I forget, is it Kriegasm or Craigasm? Is anyone, how are you supposed to pronounce it? I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, let's see if we can listen to this a little bit in the background. Let me know if it's too loud. Apparently.
Like gray. Cray like gray.
Cray like gray.
Like cray cray.
Craigasm. I got it.
Like hella cray.
It looks like we got a resub from Brucos. 5 months. Thank you, Brucos.
Nice.
Let's see. Okay, let's see. Title time. Let's see. How many titles? 80 titles in that track. Let's see. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah.
This is interesting. From Sam MCH27, Reading Ocean Waves.
Mm-hmm.
From Ducker, we got A Mind Loop. You see one?
Let's do Celestial Clockwork.
From Where's Hats, it's Celestial Clockwork. Let's see, 2 more.
I like Glass Trains.
Where's that one?
Right
Oh,
there.
from MercerSkye, Glass Trains. Let's see, one last one. One last one. Let's see. Oh, it's hard to choose. So many good ones. We'll do from Diva, Newly Formed Island.
There you go.
Newly Formed Island. So we got our 5 titles. Reading Ocean Waves, A Mind Loop, Celestial Clockwork, Glass Trains, and Newly Formed Island. And I'll shout out a few more. We got from Power to Peasants, Miss Ambidextrous, Scat in the Hat from Jay Wet, Dreaming Unicorn from Fat Kid 103. We got Free Rollin' from Azzazelynn, Pandas and Air Balloons from EF Elixir, A Thread of Sunlight, ClaraBowBunny, Soap on the Tightrope from Frambox. Soap on the Tightrope. That is good. You need to use that one again, Frambox.
Yeah.
Let's see. Roll Cloud Formation, Devil's Nest, Kimberly. And there it is. Strawberry Letter 42 from Dom. Okay, we got it. We got it. Let's see it. You guys had enough time. Let's see what you've chosen. Now that track, forever known as Glass Trains
All
from
right.
MercerSkye. MercerSkye on a roll with just title after title lately. Thank you, MercerSkye, for that title. Thanks, everyone, for your suggestions. That track, Glass Trains. Let's see, what did we do? Whoops, not flute. That was a previous track, wasn't it? It was a voice and trombone.
Trombone, yeah.
And Mark. And we already did that. And we'll let this, we could let this, no, we better let it fade out. Okay, let this fade out. I see it. There's a question. We'll go to full screen for this. Ducker wants to know from Mark, what does Mark think of this whole Twitch thing?
From this being kind of my, I've had one other interaction, and that was me watching a gentleman make an album in a night, like as a benefit for something. People were playing games as a marathon benefit, and he makes music, so he made a record, and it was just him multi-tracking, and I thought that was fun. But to see this platform and to see how powerful it is and how everyone is interacting with the polls and everything, I'm super into it. I'm impressed personally.
Cool. Yeah, we need. I really think there's major untapped potential for musicians with Twitch. I mean, we still need to find the audience, like a big enough audience. But I think when we get more people who know about it, there's so many opportunities here, I think. Let me see. Are there any other questions? I see Power to Peasants asks, what's some good new classical music you'd recommend?
Oh, wow.
And I know that's a... Oh, thanks, Tucker.
Well, here's what I'll say about that. Like, in terms of new classical music, like we're thinking like kind of chamber, symphonic, orchestral instruments. There's a lot of extremely interesting things happening right now, but I often look to some of my contemporaries and some of my peers. So, like, Sam Adams is doing some interesting stuff with orchestra right now, and not the issue about that is not a lot of people have the opportunity to write for orchestra. So Sam Adams, I'm really interested in what Danny Clay is doing as a composer. I would say both Ellen Fullman and Teresa Wong are doing really interesting things, kind of in that's more experimental new music, but right now all the lines are blurred. So if you're talking about like traditional string quartets, yeah, check out Teresa Wong. She's writing 2 string quartets right now. Danny Clay is writing a string quartet. Sam Adams, but for me, all the lines are so blurred between like chamber groups that do improvisation and just people just writing straight up. Like I'm not for orchestra. I'm not as deeply involved, and I'm not sure that I could recommend too many people outside of who are in my community who are doing really amazing things. So.
Cool. We had a question from Azzazelynn. Azzazelynn asks, I heard something that sounded like a violin in the first track of your album. Do you improvise with it? If so, how do you handle improvisation with violins and other string instruments in general?
Yeah, I just like any other person who's playing in my band. I guess the thing about that is I learned pretty quick about orchestrating within an ensemble that dense for violin. Or right now I have cello playing in the Dirty Snacks ensemble. And by the way, thank you so much for listening. That's amazing. I really appreciate that. But for me, it's a matter of choosing who you're going to play with. As like, this is someone whose voice I like as an improviser, and this is someone whose voice I like as an improviser, and I think they could do something really cool texturally together. And so I'm thinking about the people in my group and not just like being like, you violinist, come here and do this thing, you know. It's more like someone as a player who I trust and who I enjoy working with and who I think would have a really interesting part of the piece of the puzzle for the pieces. Sorry, that got weird.
Cool.
Piece puzzle.
Oh yeah, one more question, then we'll play another song. Do you ever get writer's block? And if you do you have any tricks that help you get out of it? Or as an improviser, maybe you never have writer's block.
No, that's not true. Usually whenever I have homework, you know, like if I have some hard dates, I have deadlines, then I'll get writer's block, and I'll be like, oh, but it'd be way more fun for me to go and do this little thing. But the homework was the little thing that'd be fun, but then suddenly I put a deadline on it, and my brain just doesn't want to engage as fully. So with that, I just have to step back and write about write words, write about ideas about what the form could be or what textures are or what I was originally intending with it. If I'm having trouble at the piano or notating in the Sibelius software, then I'm going to go to a notebook and try to write down as much as I can, just words wise, because that'll help jumble up ideas in the process. That process itself will help me move forward with thinking about the piece, whatever it might be. So just recontextualize it however I can, not just stay at the piano till it's done, because that's not going to be what it could be, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's a really good suggestion. I mean, I sometimes get real, what's the word? Real stubborn. You know, this happens to me with coding sometimes. I'll be so I was like, I want to finish this program. I want to solve this bug, and I'm just beating my head against the wall, and then I stop, and maybe I sleep on it, and I'll tell you, instantly the next day I have an answer. You know, and just taking yourself out. So just stepping back and, like what he's saying, recontextualizing, do it in a different way, I think is an amazing suggestion. I need to take his advice and do that more myself.
Well, yeah, and oftentimes when you do that, you wake up thinking about it. And like sometimes when I'm first waking up, that's when different solutions to problems that you come across come up, because you haven't had time to read all the stuff that's coming your way from news or Facebook or whatever, you know. And so just like those moments are the best for me. So just write about it, let it all simmer, and then you'll wake up with something like that.
Cool.
Hopefully. But yeah.
So we're going to do one more, I think. One more track before Mark and I melt. Let's see. It looks like, is that right? We have another resub from Kajink. 5 months in a row from Kajink. Thank you for that resub. Okay, let's see. Whoops. That's an interesting bug. Very interesting bug that just happened there. I hope it doesn't have unforeseen consequences. like all my bugs.
Only one way to find out.
Yeah, I decided I'm avoiding background music except for the previous track background music, just because I'm not confident that it's working properly today. Okay, let's see. So yes, you still have a few moments if you want to make requests for this next track. Just a few moments.
I need to grab another water, man.
Yeah. Delicious water. Okay. Let's see. Let's check out these requests. Is there anybody, I'm curious, is there anyone in chat who plays malleted instruments, that plays vibraphones or marimba or xylophone? Okay. So, ready to start bringing in these requests. There it goes. Looks like we got a first time drum loop coming up. Let's see, what have we done so far? Okay, yeah. There we go. Okay. We got a request. Several people have a background. Awesome. Okay. Let's get these last requests in. We got a custom text drum fill from, I think it was Madden of Hurricane. There we go. We should be good now. Yeah, we got full requests. Okay, cool. So let's load up these requests. Ducker says, do mods know when the VOD goes live? The VOD goes live is available as the show is going, I believe. So you could theoretically start watching the VOD right now, but please don't. Please keep watching us live. But yes, the VOD, I think, is instantly available. Let's see. Okay. We have from, we're not on the right screen, but I'll tell you guys. From StooshBatis, we have E major. And our flavor of E major we're going to do is Lydian. E major Lydian. We got 111 beats per minute from Just Tice the Betrayer. We got first time drum loop from Shy Rastafari and a drum loop for Power to Peasants. Now let me start getting these zeroed out. MercerSkye says, why not both? Okay. Get everything back to 0. Okay, that's good. Okay. We have our, do we have our sounds loaded? No, we don't. Oh, yes, we do. There they go. Okay, we can import our tracks. Initialize first, import our track names. There they go. Generate our drum fills. We got our drum fills. Okay, let's see. Do we have any milestones in this track? Any milestones? Looks like we might. We do. This track features the first request ever from Shy Rastafari and is a drum loop no less. First of many. Congrats on that milestone. This track will feature Tyson Betrayer's first BPM and Frambox's first mode request. This track will feature, this is the 10th song featuring Power to Peasants and the 5th song featuring Sam MCH27. This track will feature Kajink's 25th request ever. And lastly, this track features Vuvuzealous's 5th drum kit and Kajink's 5th drum fill. Congrats on those milestones. Whew, let's see. So now that we have those, we can look at our drum kit. Our drum kit is, what is it? It is the Nouveau Disco kit. This comes from Vuvuzealous. That's our kit. Let's see, so that means we can make our loops. Let's generate these loops. And you know what? I'm going to use it different. Okay. First up, from our drum generator, we have Power to Peasants. Here's Power to Peasants raw, 100% raw from our generator. Nice. I think in this case we'll definitely need a kick on one to clearly establish where we are in the universe of time. We're going to shape these hats just a bit. This snare here, I'm going to ghost a little bit. This snare ghost a little bit. This one slightly more. And that should be good. I don't think we need to do much else. Here it is, Power to Peasants beat. Yeah, there it is. Thank you, Power to Peasants, for your beat. Next up, we got Shy Rastafari. Here's Shy Rastafari raw from our drum generator. Cool.
Oh.
Once again, I think, at least for my benefit, I'm going to put a kick on one, because otherwise we're going to feel one in a very different place, I think. So we're going to put a kick on one. Besides that, I don't think we need to do too much. We got some unconventional things about this beat. I dig it. Dig it. Let's just shape those hats a bit. Drop these two kicks just a bit. Here's Shy Rastafari. You know what? I'm tempted. I think I'm going to put another snare in here too. Just so we have this huge beat 4. You know, and I might add a little bit more. I think I'm feeling a little conservative today with the heat. I'm feeling conservative.
Yeah, it's crazy with the first snare you hear on the E.
I know it feels like it's in a different.
Yeah.
So protecting our sanity here, I'm gonna emphasize some stronger parts of the beat because it's so syncopated. I think that might be, and I think, let's see if I've done enough. It still is very syncopated feeling. You know what? That's part of the issue, actually. Right there.
Yeah.
There we got it. Sweet. Thank you, Shy Rastafari, for your beat. Seabeck says, are polyrhythms possible with generating like a riff not any on 4 but an odd spot? Not as it currently manifested. Although theoretically, in the middle of the song, I could change this to 15/16 or 7/8. But at least the original beat has to be is based on 4/4 16/16 notes. I don't know. Maybe we'll go all polyrhythmic on this track. We'll see. And I'll start changing the length of these beats. Okay, we got our beats. Thank you, Power to Peasants and Shy Rastafari. The sounds on this track are going to be. We have from MercerSkye. We have we got a Bandcamp pre-order. Awesome, thank you. I don't know who it is, but thank you for that pre-order. We have the Carawan, I think is how you say it, from MercerSkye. Oh, that's got a squeak to it. Pull that back a bit. There we go. From Calamity Van, we got the Yamaha Grand Piano. From Fat Kid 103, we have Oakland Organ. And then from Where's Hats, we have the classic. Where's Hats has requested the classic vibraphone.
Ha! Let's do it.
Okay, and then from Germax's, we got Celtic Hammer Dulcimer. And from Sync, we got Breathing Cyborg. Okay,
Okay.
those are our sounds. Okay. Give those just a moment more. So, for any of you guys who do SQL, I figured out why. It's a little hard to explain. Basically, when I do the sound pull, it takes extra long, and it's because it was doing some very inefficient SQL calls to generate the numbers of the pull options. It's ridiculous how long it took, and I just can't believe that it's taken as long. So I have to write a different way to do it. Okay, so we can start with one of the drum loops or our Carillon, our Yamaha Grand, Oaken organ, classic vibraphone, Celtic hammered dulcimer, or breathing cyborg. Oh, Tucker lives in SQL. White Beam says, how did you fix it? Well, I haven't fixed it yet. That's why it takes so long for the poll to appear. It's only an issue on the sound poll. But yeah. Basically, the way I have it set up is that I don't tell it, when it creates a new poll option, I don't tell it what number it should be, whether it should be option 1, 2, 3, or 4, or 5. It calculates what it is by what other poll options are already existing. And this is a very simple SQL call, but it's being run, it's being run on a server. And yesterday I isolated it down to that SQL call, because if I remove it, it's super snappy. Okay, so I'm into this poll. What has chat chosen? We're starting with the Yamaha Grand.
Okay.
Comes from Calamity Vane. Yamaha Grand piano. Okay, let's do it. So,
They tried to get the vibes though. It's up close.
let's see. Okay. So, again, I'm going to be off camera for just a little longer than normal so I can get camera 4 doing what it's supposed to be doing. So stay tuned. Here we go. Looking forward to all your titles. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh,
Wow.
and Mark, beautiful vibraphone playing on that. Just killer.
Thank you so much, man. That was awesome. That was amazing. I had a really, really good time.
Awesome.
It was wonderful.
I got all these calps. Thank you for all the calps. We got a resub from Chief Cheddar 4 months in a row. And Chief Cheddar writes, "It's been a while and I'm never disappointed with what I come back to. Always, always, always awesome." Thank you, Chief Cheddar. Thank you so much for that 4-month resub. And a new sub from Kurt 009. Thank you for that sub. Let's see. Some titles? What do you guys say?
Aw, thank you guys. That's sweet.
Yeah, lots of kind words for Mark in chat.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Duck, for that cheer. Let's see. So let's listen to that in our background, what we just did, a little bit of that as we do our titles. See if this works.
Man. Yeah, thank you all. This is awesome.
Okay, well, I guess I can't put it in the background. I'm not sure what happened there. Try it one more time. Oh well. Oh well, that's okay. Let's check out our titles. Or maybe it was in the background, I couldn't hear it. Oh, was it? It's probably in the background, I just couldn't hear it. Whoops. Oh well. Let's see, titles.
Huh.
From ClaraBowBunny, Sounds of the Mist. We have from let's see.
That kid's going for it.
Let's see. From Qubit, we have Winter Through a Window.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it jump down there? It's not supposed to. Let's see. Let's see, a couple more. From Trang VP, The Mark of a Man. The Mark of a Man. Let's see, how many titles? We had almost 120 titles in this track.
Oh, man.
Let's see, two more. From Kajink, we got to jump in the ocean of dreams. If you see one.
Let's do... Yeah, either that or A Dream with No
This one?
Strings Attached.
From Azzazelynn, A Dream with No Strings Attached.
I like that.
Okay, those are your title options. Oh, thanks Tedder Bears. Tedder Bears says happy 1 year anniversary. Thank you so much. 1 year of streaming. Let's see, the titles we could name that track: Sounds of the Mist, Winter Through a Window, The Mark of a Man, A Jump in the Ocean of Dreams, A Dream with No Strings Attached. Those are your options. I'll shout at a couple more.
I saw Quasars in Quesadillas.
Let's see, what I miss? Centipede Shoes from Lost Elf, Crystal Sunrise Enigma, Sitting in Silence Paradigm, The Battle of the Rising Sun, Fat Kid 103. We got Leaving a Mark, Seebeck Music, Virtual Vibra Reality, MRZ, Rejuvenating Waters, Lenina, Eureka from Mr. Robert, Paper Boats in the Coin Fountain from MercerSkye.
I think more.
And so many good titles there. Let's see. Let's end our voting. End our voting. What has chat chosen? Oh, thank you, Music Chick. Andy voting. Let's see what it is. Chat has chosen A Dream with No Strings Attached.
Man.
That's Azzazelynn's title. Awesome. Thanks everyone for your title suggestions. That track, courtesy Armad Azzazelynn. A Dream with No Strings Attached. Okay, let's see. So I think, we just got a resub from Rancizzle. 4 months. Rancizzle writes, awesome song, guys. Thanks for that resub, Rancizzle. Rancizzle, I always have to shout him out because Rancizzle was one of the first people to watch the show and just keep me company. And if you guys want to make a streamer, help just keep them going and watching channels that no one else is watching, or only a few people, it makes such a difference. Because when I started the show, I didn't know if anyone would be interested. And so getting enthusiasm, guys like Rancizzle early on and Seebeck Music was really amazing. So special thanks to those guys. Okay, let's see. What are we going to do? I think we are, we got some more donations from Ducker, Kid, and March. Just an incredible night. Thanks so much, both of you. Cheer from Magus. Awesome show, guys. Thanks so much. And a cheer from Enigma. Amazing show. Thank you, Enigma.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see. I think we're going to start wrapping it up, wrapping it about, whatever you do with rapping. Let's see. We're going to skip that. So let's look back at our show. We've got, what am I doing here? Oh, yes. We're doing this. Our show tonight was part of the Vuvuzealous tour. Oh, I haven't played any Vuvuzela yet on this tour, have I? Our venue, the Kick on One store. And we did 4 tracks. We did The Collapse of Eternity, What's on the Other Side, Glass Trains, and we ended on A Dream with No Strings Attached. We got some thank yous. We got a bunch of thank yous. Let's see. Let's see these thank yous. Oh, thanks, Shy Rastafari. It's great to have you. Great beat. So some thank yous. Let's see. We got first up. Let's thank our moderators tonight. We had, who do we have here? We had Almost Life, Azzazelynn, Be Crafty, Brucos, ClaraBowBunny, Cool Blue Reason, Dom, Frambox, Carrot Diva, Music Chick, Skull, Lost Elf, Tubi. Oops, and we got to go to our second screen. Look at that. Everyone came out to support the show tonight. Lost Elf, Tubi, and Wears Hats. Thank you, mods. Oh, I see a donation just came up from Brucos. Thank you, Brucos. We had a host at the top of the show from Dom. Thank you, Dom. We had, let's see, new subs and resubs. We had a new Bandcamp sub from Ninja Fleas. We had a new Twitch sub from Kurt009. We had 5-month resubs from Where's Hats, Mr. Robert Madden, Lost Elf, Ninja Fleas, Dom, Judge, Kubel Reason, B, a couple streams, Brucos, Kajink, and we had 4-month resubs from Chief Cheddar and Rancizzle. Thank you for those subs and resubs. We had an amazing amount of support. Thank you again for those wishes for Jiffy from Lost Elf and Skull. Thank you, Wears Hats. Thank you, Kick on Ob Store, Mr. Robert, Real Human Being. Another from the Oboe and Kick Nobi. And 2 from Dom. Thank you, Dom. We had a whole bunch of cheers tonight. Cheers from Magus, Pacific Ren, Masked Enigma, Nifty Guy 1, Frambox, StooshBatis, Ducker, and Sync. Thank you so much. Cheers. Thank you to everyone who was lurking. You are the most beautiful lurkers on the internet. Though I cannot see you, I feel your good vibes. Thank you, chatters. There are too many to name, but thanks for making chat fun tonight. Oh, look at that. We got a new sub from Seebeck. Thank you so much, Seebeck, for the sub. Let's see. It's about that time. Let's see. 49. So, for anyone who's never seen this before, these 49 people on screen, they either named one of our songs tonight, named tonight's venue, named tonight's tour, named or submitted one of the polls we used, and or made a request that made it onto one of these tracks. If you've never seen this before, my goal is to say all these names in one breath without stopping. My record is 59, right? So this will not be a record.
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. I have to hear one first, and then I'll give it a shot.
So I'm gonna do my best here. We've been working real hard. It's real hot in here. These 49 folks. Some of these names you'll see on screen. I'm gonna say them differently. I'm not cheating. I am honoring their say my name requests. Sometimes to my benefit, sometimes to the opposite of benefit, to my disadvantage. So, okay, without further ado, tonight we feature the following stellar cast we plucked from different parts of the Twitch universe. They all came together to form this show. We featured, so this is where I have to do like this little prep. I breathe a lot. And chat makes fun of me because I'm taking too long. And they say I'm stalling.
Well, you're not stalling. You're just explaining your process, and you're like mentally preparing yourself. And
well, here's the part where they start saying I'm stalling, because I got to really get the lungs going. See, they have time to procrastinate. You know, I'm so worn out. If I can do 40, I'll be happy. If I can get to, I think maybe Mr. Robert, that's probably around 40. I'll be happy.
And this is a one breath thing, right?
This is one breath. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, if I stop to breathe, I keep going, but the goal is one breath.
You got it, man. You got it.
I got moral support here. The first time I've always been well. Okay, here we go. Oh, you're almost like a real bit of Azzazelynn, be crafty, best from stronger, blue ghost, Connie, Vang, Seabrook, Music, ClaraBowBunny, Cool Reason, Devil's Nest, Skinway, Diva, Dom, Dwarf, Ducker, Enigma, Fang, Burrow, Up, Kid, Fed, 103, Flabs, Frambox, Maximus, Jubies, Just Tice, Rotaric, Jinko, Nino, Wasself, Lovely, Madden, Master of Cameras, 1, 2, 3, and 4, Melodious, Song Queen, MercerSkye, Miss Rob, Pub, Nikito, 97, Nitch Guy 1, Ninja Fleece, Powder Peasants, Cubit, Sam, MCH, 27, Side, Rastafari, Stoic, StooshBatis, Sync, 13, now, 2, Triple P, Mimic, Couple, Where's that? Oh man!
Oh man! Again!
Oh man! There were a couple places cameras 1, 2, and 4. Oh my gosh! And I end up saying cameras 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, well, though I try to say your names fast, you guys know it. I love doing the shout out because I want to recognize you guys. Without your request, it would have been a fundamentally different show because these sounds, these keys. That's what inspires this show. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
We got, let's see. We got 2 things to do, but 3 things. But first, I'm going to go full screen for this. I want to thank Mark for joining me. He had no idea what to expect. We've never met before. He's had to weather a insanely hot studio. And I think the amazing performances from Mark tonight. Please go check out his album. Check out, and unfortunately, I think I'm just linking to Bandcamp, but if you Google Mark Clifford, you'll get his webpage, and there's a lot more information about him there because Dirty Snacks Ensemble is just the beginning. He's done all sorts of stuff. So please go check him out. Thank you for so many of you guys coming out tonight to help support the first time we have a guest. If I can keep the show going, this is something I want to do almost every show. There are so many amazing musicians like Mark, just amazing that I would love to feature. And I hope you guys noticed how excited I was tonight, how inspired I was by his playing. And so I definitely hope to, and it'd be awesome to get this guy back again sometime.
I'll come back, man. Thank you all for listening, and it's been a really cool experience and an honor to be a part of this. And it's amazing to see the community that's happening right now. It's really amazing. So thank you so much for having
you.
me on, man.
Definitely.
I really appreciate it, and I had a really good time. And I look forward
Awesome.
to digging deeper into your own Bandcamp and
Awesome.
checking everything out, man. So
Cool. Well, thank you again, Mark. Thank you, chat. We've got 2 things left to do, right, chat? It's not over yet. I want to start rolling our subcredits. Thank you to all our subs. I'll read a few of these off. We've got, let's see. I'll read a few of these. Forgets what it is he does, wears hats. I guess I should put something here. Is wide our guy who wandered in, speaking in tones. Meat Popsicle, Archimegus. Pugs are like onions. Mumblepug, Key Grip Skull. Chat's #1, Dolphin Fan Madden. Okay, I'm going to let those continue to roll. Ducker says Mark will come back in winter when Mother Nature's AC is running in the studio. The sad thing about the studio is that then it gets really cold.
you'll just have me at the extreme ends of the seasons.
Yeah, next time Mark will be in this huge winter fur coat. Okay, I'm gonna find somebody for us to raid quick, and then so that's our last thing we're gonna do. Find someone to raid. Let's see. Dom says, "How did the vibes fit in the car?"
It's where's the case? Can we show them this?
The Dom who asked the question knows, but most people won't know actually. Yeah, let's see. I'll go full screen for just a second. There's the case.
But not every bit of it fits in, but a good portion of it does, and it helps a lot.
What's cool is I didn't know this, but the metal part that he's hitting, these metal bars, they come off, which looked pretty cool. Okay, let's see. Who are we gonna raid? Yeah, let's do this. Let's raid this guy. See if he's still playing. Looks like he is. Okay. So if you've never done a raid before, here's how it works. After I wave goodbye, our bot Tubi is going to paste this streamer's URL into chat. Click on the URL, go to their channel, paste in our raid call. Our raid call is Etcetera Raid. Use your favorite emotes. Make their night. We've been the beneficiary of so many great raids. I'll go full screen now. So this is the end. I hope I will see you guys very soon. If not on Friday, then maybe next Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or the next week, the next month, the next year, decade, century, millennium, eon, whenever it is. As always, it will be groovy to see you guys. I hope that whatever comes next includes the raid we're about to do. I hope it includes dropping by Discord. I will be in and out of Discord for a little while as I'm doing my post-show work. I hope that whatever time zone you're in, you're going to have a great morning, afternoon, evening, night. I know we've got folks from Australia here, from Europe, all over the spectrum. Thank you guys for being a part of it tonight. Thank you for helping me celebrate my 1 year of streaming. Celebrate the first time we have a... I need to learn how to do this. Wait, straight away. Oh, yeah. I point this way. See, it's opposite on screen, you know?
Yeah.
Our first guest ever, Mark Clifford. Again, please, if you haven't yet, check out his Bandcamp. Google him. Look up his music. Amazing vibraphonist. It was wonderful to have him here. Thank you, guys. This is it. We are going to open this door and cool off now. I will see you guys all very soon. Take care.